Hi, this is Kevin Garlington with the Forehand Strategy session. In this session, I'm going to give you a behind-the-scenes look of playing points between Ian and myself and what I'm thinking, how I'm constructing points. So you have a pretty good peek inside my mind of what I'm trying to do on the court. So we're going to start off by first letting you watch the point just like this, and I want you to see if you can figure out how I set up each point. And then we're going to review each point, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm thinking and how I'm going about setting up the court using my forehand and strategies that you can use to do the exact same thing. So the very first thing I'm constantly looking to do is move left. This allows me to really get myself in position to use my forehand. I've just developed the skill over a lot of years of moving left to naturally hit forehands. Now you can really notice on this very first ball, my first thing I'm thinking about is how can I hit the ball in a way that kind of limits Ian's ability to attack me. So a lot of times I like to use high, heavy spin. Because the ball bounces so high, it kind of keeps the ball out of my opponent's strike zone. So it makes it very difficult for them to place the ball in another location. And you can really see how he was kind of pinned. And so his ability to put pace on the ball and give me less time was diminished. And because of that, it gives me more time to set up my forehand in a controlling position. If you look at the court, my forehand's covering more of the court, and now he's got a 50-50 chance of playing a forehand or backhand. So this starts that first level of attack. You can really see how I use my forehand to really start adding pressure to Ian. I hit the ball, even though he's left-handed and I hit it to his forehand, he's having to move over there. And you can see because of the positioning, he has a smaller court to hit in if he wants to get the ball to my backhand. So he's forced to hit to a forehand. So you can really see there how I'm controlling the point. I'm really squeezing his ability to place the ball. If he wants to go down the line, he has to take a bigger risk, and he's still going to my forehand. And if he doesn't hit a good down the line, I'm going to run him cross court. So what happens is I suck him into hitting more balls to my forehand, and I can continue this until I get a short ball. You can really see how I'm waiting to put pressure on and get the ball that allows me to put even more pressure on, meaning a short ball. I'm working this inside out pattern until I get the ball that gives me a better position shorter in the court to add more pressure. And here it is. This ball now allows me to create an angle, which puts more pressure on him. Let's go to another point. And the whole goal of having you watch the point first to see how you can recognize certain elements to do the exact same thing. So the very first thing here, that I look at is that I hit a backhand cross court. And I'm really looking for how Ian's addressing the ball. And the first thing I notice in my eyes is he's not moving up to the ball. It wasn't a great backhand, but he didn't move up to the ball, which now gives me a chance to move left again. And now you can see how I move left in the position. He didn't attack the ball, but now it gives me a great opportunity because the ball's a little shorter to create an angle out of the middle of the court. It's so important that you notice that I created the angle because I'm in the middle of the court, or sometimes I'll be slightly off to the right. I'm not going to try to create too much of an angle if I'm too far on the backhand side. And you can see how that creates a lot of pressure. Again, here's another point. Again, look how I'm setting it up. If we're looking at this very first ball, Ian kind of pushed me back. And if you notice, my reply was neutral in the middle and high. Because I don't want to give up court, I'm okay with hitting the ball high down the middle to give myself another opportunity to not make a mistake, but also see if I can push him back too. Ian does a great job of responding with a deep ball to my forehand. He pushes me back and neutralizes my ability to directly attack his weakness. But my next reply, you'll see, is another high ball to the backhand side. Now, we're in this kind of stalemate right here because I'm trying to see if I'm going to have an opportunity to get a shorter ball. And you can really see there how he didn't have time to get around it, causing him to force a ball. I really like this point because it has more of a transitional feel of finding an opportunity to attack versus the other points that are directly set up. So you can really see, again, a neutral start. Ian feeds me a ball down the middle of the court. I don't quite have the ball that I can use to set up something, so I simply go back cross court and deep. Now, Ian does a great job of me trying to get the ball to his weakness, and he hits me a cross court deep ball. In this position, if I want to go back down the line, I have to take more risk, and I don't want to do that. So what you're going to see me reply with is a cross court ball that keeps me in the safest position, and by doing that, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Now I went cross court and Ian responds with a slice down the line. I have two options here. I could try to run him to the other side, which is a great option, or I'm going to take a little bit less risk and slice it to the open court and see if I can set up the next couple shots for a forehand. Now you really notice how I slice cross court and look at my positioning. I'm already on that left side position. With me being in this position now, Ian has less court to go to my backhand, and if he makes any mistake of hitting the ball slightly not cross court enough or in the middle, I'm going to probably move around and hit a forehand. And there it is. You see now how I set the whole thing up. I was patient enough because he hit a couple grid shots early to wait for him to change directions where I could take advantage of it. And now I start that same process you've seen me start before, putting pressure on with the forehand. Again, I'm really patient there. I got kind of lucky, hit the ball close to the line, but it makes a great opportunity to keep that pressure going. Now, this is a little bit different point, and I want you to recognize the difference here. This is one of the times when Ian got the jump on me. I'm trying to move left and hit a ball to control the court. Look at his response after this. Ian does a great job where I move him off the court and attack with my forehand inside out. He does a great job of hitting the ball back cross court, getting it to my backhand, which now puts him in a better position because if I want to change directions, I'm going to have to take a chance. So watch what happens because I didn't get the jump on his maybe poorly placed ball. Now the point's back to neutral. I had to slice it back and he's in a good position and I'm fighting to see if I can get around to hit another forehand. But you're going to notice a slight difference here. He does another great job of placing the ball really well, and it adds more pressure to me to try to do too much. And that's where he creates an error. Now we're going to go to some points with some serves, because this is so important to see how you can do the exact same thing with your serve. So the first thing I'm thinking about is, where am I going to serve to? How am I going to place this ball where I can get a ball back that allows me to control the point? Now, if it's a first serve like I did here, I'm going out wide. And the great thing about the out wide serve, a lot of times is a great setup. Roger Federer loves doing this. I love doing it too because it's a great setup to start the process of controlling the point. Now you can see instantly, because I noticed how well I hit my out wide serve, I started cheating over. I'm inside the court, about to control the court again with my forehand. This is a classic play that you should try too, serving out wide on a first serve and seeing if you can cheat over and run and hit a forehand because you've hurt your opponent. And you can see instantly how I'm starting the process, putting on pressure, and I'm in a great position having Ian run to his forehand. Even though that might be his strength, it leaves a lot of court open to his backhand, which creates this another layer of pressure. He knows that if he doesn't hit a good ball here, he's going to leave a lot of court open for me to run him to his backhand. So here's another point from the ad side. Again, watch how I'm setting up the court. Oh, so again, look at where I'm going to place the ball. I'm going out wide, and I love, especially from the ad side, it's a great play. If you can hit a good out wide kick serve or even just a normal serve placed really out wide, it's such a great setup. And it doesn't have to be the most amazing kick serve or hit hard. Placement is power. And I really mean that. Placement's more important in the service location than power. Now look what happened. I'm instantly in the right position, and I'm going to see if I can hurt him because the ball's fairly short, and I'm hitting the ball, even though my body's a little bit on the left side of the court. I'm basically hitting the ball a little bit closer to the middle, which gives me more room to change direction of the ball if I want to. Now, if you didn't want to, you could always go back inside out. And you can see here, I hurt him a little bit by running him, and he's on the defense. So I'm going to continue the pressure. I've moved further out wide to continue building more pressure and controlling the ball with my forehand. Because the ball's hit short in the court, I want to not go closer to the lines, but just continue moving Ian until I get a shorter ball. And as you can see again, I use my forehand inside out. I didn't even go close to the line. But my goal here is to keep him hitting balls in the middle of the court and working him side to side, working those legs. I call them kidney blows in punching. I want a kidney blow and see if I can get a shorter and shorter ball, allowing me to control the court even more. And there you go. I got the ball I'm looking for. I went for the forehand that got me the winning shot. Now, I would never go for an actual winner. The point is, I'm really focusing on placing the ball. I don't want you to think that I'm going for winners, even though it was a winner. It just so happened that I moved him so much that he's recognizing that he hit a short ball, and for him to get that ball would be a tremendous effort. And then again, I would still have probably another short ball. So I want you to recognize in the forehand strategy that everything doesn't have to be a winner. Everything doesn't have to be hit big. It's about learning the patterns and placing the ball to set up those patterns. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little session looking into my mind as I'm setting up the points using my forehand, and recognize the things that you can take out to the court and do and improve your game. This is the whole point of this, to improve your game by using these exact same patterns that the pros use, that I use, and that you can use to win more points, games, and matches. So good luck.